This is One Broke Gamer Girl, and this is my review of Steven Universe Save the Light for the PlayStation 4. I have to admit, I'm a little ashamed of myself when it comes to this game, not because I played it, but because I didn't even know it existed. Knowing how much I just love Steven Universe, my buddy TJ told me he found a Steven Universe game in the PSN store. I didn't believe him, so I went searching and came up empty. I didn't give up my search, though, and eventually was able to find this game. Thanks for keeping it so well hidden, PSN, like it's some sort of secret or something. After finding it, I immediately downloaded it and started playing because I couldn't help myself. 1 month later, I finally finished the game and got all of its trophies, so that means it's time for a review. Steven Universe Save the Light is based off the show Steven Universe, so if you don't know your Steven Universe, better do some catching up. Anyway, after the events of Steven Universe Attack the Light, which was a small mobile game that I had no idea existed until now, Steven and the Crystal Gems are off to find the Light Prism and save it from a new homeworld gem, Hessenite, who wants to reclaim the Light Prism and use it for her own evil doings. Will Steven and the Crystal Gems be able to stop Hessenite and reclaim the Light Prism? You'll travel to a bunch of different familiar areas from the show in order to go on the hunt for Hessenite and take her down once and for all. Neato Burrito! Can I say how much I love that this game used all of the regular voice actors from the show for this game and added in Christine Baranski as Hessenite? This really made the game, and it made it feel like I was interacting with the show and playing inside of the show, which was just amazing for this super Steven Universe fan. So, I love this game. Of course I did. It's a Steven Universe game. The plot of the game was really great, and don't worry if you're like me and didn't play Attack the Light, because you get the whole recap at the beginning of the game about what happened, so you won't be left in the dark. I thought it was great to go through the game and visit the areas that you see all the time, and do battle as Steven and the Crystal Gems, while sometimes taking along other characters like Peridot, Connie, and Greg. Not to mention that when you aren't working on the main quest of the game, there are side quests that you can do for the people of Beach City. This game was a nice mix of an action-adventure game and RPG game, as you had some silly decisions to make throughout the game. It was also just really fun to play, and for a while I considered it my happy game, because how can you not look at this game and just smile? Anyway, that was until this game was over and the trophy grinding began, but we'll get into that in a little while. As much as I love this game, I didn't love the many glitches that this game had. Sometimes this game froze for no reason, sometimes characters got stuck and the game had to be restarted, and sometimes it just plain didn't work. This kind of killed some of the enjoyment for me and the immersion when it came to this game. I never thought I would sigh in frustration so much at what should have been a simple little game. Other than that, the mechanics of this game are super easy, as each battle is basically turn-based and based on the amount of stars that are collected in your meter. Each move that either Steven or the other characters makes costs a certain number of stars, and you get the chance to hit it perfectly by hitting X when the star under the chosen character you've attacked turns purple. The same went for blocking, as when one of the characters on the battlefield was getting attacked, a star would appear under them, and the perfect block would occur when you hit X as the star turned purple. Thrown in there for good measure were some pretty brain-challenging puzzles to complete. Other than that, the gameplay for this game was more than I really expected going in. The graphics for this game were just great, as they were exactly like the show down to the smallest detail of Beach City and the Strawberry Battlefield. Not to mention the characters and the people around Beach City like Onion, Sally, Lars, and so many more were just perfection. I really felt like I was just wandering through the show throughout the entire game. This made the game even better, as it was really cool to explore and see how the graphics got everything right, and really made this game feel like a really long Steven Universe episode. Now on to the trophies for this game. There are a total of 20 trophies for this game, including a platinum trophy. While the trophies aren't hard to get, they aren't the easiest to get either. They will require some grinding, which wasn't really expected and kind of ruined the magic of this game just a little bit. Before we get into the grindy trophies though, let's talk about the other trophies. Some of them are luck-based and you'll get them when you get them, and others are for just playing the game. There are some collectible trophies and a trophy that requires you to complete each area to 100%. Now on to the grindy trophy. This is for upgrading each character's equipment in Bismuth's Forge. In order to do this, you'll have to go throughout the game and collect chroma. This shouldn't be a problem, but this is where the grinding comes in. Let's use the yellow chroma as an example, which you'll need 10 of each to complete a few designs. There are only really 3 places you can find this yellow chroma, and once you collect it, you can't just leave the area, come back, and pick up more chroma. That would be way too easy. You actually have to wait an hour before going back to the area and picking up the chroma. When this is the last trophy you need, it becomes a little tedious as you go to your yellow chroma spots, pick them up, then shut the game off, and wait an hour until they reappear. These are on a strict timer, and you have to wait exactly 1 hour before going back into the game and picking up more chroma. Sure, you can mess with the PSN clock, but that's kind of cheating. There is no multiplayer for this game, and I absolutely love it. I didn't want to share my Steven Universe game with anyone, even though I could have seen the appeal of having multiplayer. This was just one of those games that it was better off without it. Not every game has to have multiplayer in it, and this is one of those games. Overall, I give this game a 3 out of 5. Here's what's great about it. It's a Steven Universe game, and if you love Steven Universe, what's not to love about this game since it has everything that a normal Steven Universe episode would have? All of your favorite characters return and even voice their characters in this game, making it even more fun to play when you hear your favorite character's voice, and it matches up to the ones in the show. Not to mention, the graphics for this game make you feel like you're playing out an episode of Steven Universe, as they are so well done and get every single detail right. Now, on to what's not so great about this game. The glitches in this game, while not game-breaking, are just annoying as hell as you have to stop, save, and restart throughout many of them. This leads to some frustration and controller-breaking moments that make this game just a little less fun than it should have been. Also, I can understand trophy grinding. Every game has it, so that you keep playing the game if you want the platinum trophy, but this takes it to a whole new level as there are actual timers on the chroma that you need to collect. What is up with that? It's just insane and really makes that final trophy you're going to need a little less fun to get. This game was a really welcome surprise to my collection, as I love Steven Universe and I love this game despite its downfalls. Now, this game certainly isn't for everyone, and it's basically a fan service for Steven Universe fans. It also comes at a hefty price tag of $24.99, so it isn't cheap. I would say that if you're a diehard Steven Universe fan like I am, then you'll want to play this game, but I suggest waiting for a sale of some kind because it's a bit pricey. Don't worry about not playing the first game either, because you get a recap at the beginning of the game and it serves its purpose so that you aren't lost. If you aren't a Steven Universe fan, then I would say to give this game a pass, since it's pretty lore heavy and you'll probably be lost unless you do some Steven Universe research.
Steven?
Dad, what's going on?
Please tell me this is another new friend of yours?
Whoa!
Giant spaceship? If you're gonna land, maybe you could move a skosh away from the... Ah!
Car wash! No!
This is One Broke Gamer Girl. I just want to say a big thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you just watched, then go ahead and hit that like button down below. One more thing, since you've already hit the like button down below. You've already hit the like button down below, right? Well then, why not go ahead and go one step further and leave a comment too? Since you've already hit the like button and left a comment, you did both of those already, right? Then why not just take one more tiny little step and hit the subscribe button as well? Just one more thing, since you've already come this far, would you kindly check out the links in the description? That way you can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and maybe even check out my blog.